Alright guys, you'll be happy to know that I'm sitting down for this video because a lot of you have pointed out that in the videos where I'm walking around with my phone like this, I'm just non-stop pacing. I'm a little bit ADHD like that. I like to walk and talk, so. But then I watched my video back on 2x speed and I realized like, oh Jesus, this is kind of like nauseating to watch. So I'm going to sit down today and I'm going to take you through how to make your perfect week. You'll have to mind some of the ambience. There's some construction work going on right now, which is a little bit annoying, but hey ho. Boys, this here is my weekly schedule and you might not be able to see it very well. Don't worry, as the video goes on, I'm going to show you guys exactly what it looks like closer so you can see, but it took me 6 months to optimize and perfect this routine. And I'm at the point now where my work is not only manageable, but it's also incredibly fun. Uploading every day on YouTube with the amount of thought that I put into each video is no joke. Of course, I could upload every day if I was just doing these AI generated garbage videos, but that is not what I do. I put a lot of effort into these. And if I'm not organized, I might find myself on a hamster wheel of constantly trying to put out content, which is where I was like, 6 to 9 months ago. I would be seemingly constantly lagging behind on content. And because of that, I would be working all day, every day, pretty much until the moment my eyes closed. And now that I've got organized with a perfect routine, all of my work is usually done within the first 6 hours of being awake, which leaves my late afternoons and evenings to myself. I can spend it however I want. I can chill, I can take my girlfriend out on dates, I can go out with friends, and I can do that completely and utterly guilt-free, knowing that I've done everything I've needed to do for the day, which is an awesome feeling. And even if I don't want to necessarily chill, I can just take on more work onto my plate and do more. I can go above and beyond, which is awesome as well. That's what being organized gets you. It gets you time and it gets you peace. And it also allows you to manage more. For example, I can now do more outside of just constantly doing my YouTube videos, running on that hamster wheel, because I'm also running an entire business on the side at the same time, which frankly, while I was running on that content treadmill, it was very difficult for me to manage. Imagine that. I used to just constantly feel like I was drowning in pressure and things to do, and I seemingly never had enough time in my days. No more. Creating this timetable has completely changed my life. Now I'm going to give you practical steps. If you're new to the channel, my name is Sam Harborne and I help as many young men out of life's trenches as humanly possible. And here, my friends, if you're watching this video, we take practical steps. We don't just watch the videos, we actually take practical steps to improve our life, okay? We don't just sit here and mentally masturbate about how awesome we could be. We actually fucking do it. So I'm gonna give you guys actionable steps right now. Get a document open, a Word document or a Notion document, or you can write this stuff down physically, which is actually really good. If you can look at this stuff physically, it's way better than if you put it digitally, but my handwriting is absolutely abysmal, so I have to do all my stuff digitally. My girlfriend actually wrote my whiteboard for me. If you're listening to this video and you don't have a piece of paper in front of you or a document in front of you and you're ready to take this advice, you are a dickhead. Right, boys, step 1, write down your daily non-negotiables. Just put them all in a list. These are the day-to-day habits that you're going to do every single day without fail. These can vary depending on what your goals are and what you're aligned with currently. But right now, for example, my work requires me to be constantly learning and constantly evolving. So I like to start my days out with a 30-minute reading session because I find if I wake up and jump straight into my deep work, my brain is too foggy to actually focus. So reading 30 minutes a day, an inspiring book which teaches me new theories, new things to teach you guys, is on my non-negotiable list. Reading also just trains me to be more focused and disciplined with my time. You also might want to put your fitness stuff here. I'm not saying gym necessarily, because going to the gym 7 times a week non-negotiable is a little bit jarring. It might be a little bit too much, but you should absolutely set 30 minutes a day aside for doing some sort of physical exercise, whether that's even just stretching or going out on a run or lifting your weights, doing some martial arts, so on. Right, so now boys, you've got a list of your daily non-negotiables. Cool, awesome. Now step 2 is to write down all of your weekly non-negotiables. So these are more like your work or your bigger picture goals, okay? So for me, for example, my weekly non-negotiables, the most obvious ones I can point to is 6 YouTube videos, 1 cigar Sundays. Without fail, those videos are done. It is absolutely non-negotiable. I do also have a ton of other things I have to get done, such as emails, posts for my X account, and also Academy of Excellence related stuff as well. So, and boys, if you don't yet know what your weekly actions should be, which is going to push you forward in life and business, then you should absolutely go and watch this video. I think it's this one, or it'll be up there after watching this video. Open it up in a new tab. It will give you that clear sense of mental clarity that you've been seeking. Cool. Now we have 2 lists of our daily non-negotiables and our weekly non-negotiables. We essentially have all of the jigsaw pieces we need to create our timetable. And you can add and take away any of these pieces as you see fit, as your goals change, as you grow, so on and so forth. Now, step 3 is to create a table for our weekly tasks like this, Monday to Sunday, and then begin crafting your perfect week. And this can take some experimentation, guys. Again, this took me 6 months to get down because I was trying to figure out the most manageable and optimized way that I could get all of my non-negotiables done. And initially I made the mistake of front loading my week with a bunch of video work. So I had script 6 videos on Mondays, and then on Tuesdays I would film 6 videos, and on Wednesday I would edit 6 videos. And that's nice because I've got all of my video work done, or most of it, on the first 3 days of the week. But oh my god, this was not manageable at all. I started to really fall off after about 2 weeks. I didn't have the mental capacity to sit down and script 6 videos in a single day. Filming videos like this is actually a lot more mentally taxing than you would think, and editing 6 videos is like, so it took me about 2 weeks before I realized, yeah, this shit's not gonna work. I started to fall off my routine. My non-negotiables were slipping into other days, you know. They were no longer non-negotiable, let's say. And this is when I realized, yeah, okay, I only have a certain amount of capacity in a day to script, film, edit. I shouldn't say script. I don't really script my videos. I more plan them, you know. I don't want to just sit down and start fucking spitting a bunch of random bullshit. I do want an outline to take you guys through the value that I actually have planned for you, but I don't script my videos. Okay, so what if I script 3 videos and film 3 videos on Mondays, and then on Tuesday I script 3 videos and I film 3 videos? And this was a bit better because I found it a lot more manageable, but after about a month, once again, I started to slip. It wasn't really manageable in the long term. I once again began to fall onto that content treadmill where I was seemingly always just lagging behind on content, trying to figure out, bloody hell, how do I get a video out tonight? And it's 10 p.m. and I'm still making the thumbnail for the fucking upload for the day, you know, it's crazy. So to cut to the chase and to save you guys a ton more experimentings, again, this took 6 months for me to figure out, but this is what I ended up with. Monday, plan to film to. Tuesday, I would actually do business work. So I would have actually a day off content so I could recharge and gain new ideas. Wednesday, plan to film to. Thursday, once again, day off from the content and I'd actually work on business stuff. Friday, plan to film to. And then Saturday actually left me open away from content, so I could actually either do some business stuff or I could take on more workload and start to actually do some short form content for my Instagram. So Saturday currently is to do 8 reels and edit them and schedule them. I do 8 because I want to get 1 ahead. And sometimes I make one and I end up not liking it, so I don't put it out. So you can see now, as I've made the schedule, it's allowed me to take on a ton more work, where before my entire week was spent running on this content treadmill trying to get YouTube videos out, and I wasn't doing as much business work as I should have done, and I certainly wasn't doing short form content. Now I've got all of my videos, I've got my business work done, and I've even taken on short form content, leaving me also Sunday, the Lord's Day, to fucking rest, which is very important. I never realized how important it was to have a day to just fucking chill, man. Especially now I have a girlfriend, she's living with me. She wants a bit more of my attention sometimes. She wants to go out on dates, have a good, awesome time. And I've been super consumed with my work because I've been unorganized. Having this day off is awesome. Chilling with your friends, having them round, having a fucking barbecue, going out on a date, awesome. You might be wondering, Sam, why don't you just spread your content out throughout the week anyway, right? And that's a valid question, but I actually had the belief that my make content and creating ideas is actually very mentally taxing for me, because it requires me to sort of step into my former self where I was a bit more sad and miserable. And I had the idea that I would have to actually just get all that done in the smallest amount of days possible for the sake of my mental health. To be honest, the reality is I live this shit anyway. My entire fucking being right now is obsessive over content and trying to help as many young men as possible. So I didn't actually have to do it in those fewer days as possible. That was a mistake on my part to think that. I have no problem revisiting those trenches and seeing what young men need help with over numerous days. So this current schedule I have, the weekly schedule, it strikes an awesome balance between the quality of content I make and how manageable it is for me. I no longer dread doing my work. I don't dread thinking, oh, fuck, tomorrow I've got to fucking plan 6 videos. Oh my God, that's horrendous. I'm really passionate about my work, so I shouldn't ever dread doing it. That's usually just an indicator of being unorganized. And having these days off between, just allowing me to recharge my ideas, perfect. Right, so awesome. Now you have your weekly non-negotiables all planned in. The next step is to now create your perfect day, which is this side here, this left side. I want you guys to literally time schedule every single thing you do in your day. And the reason why we do this is because we want to remove any guesswork. If I could somehow quantify the amount of time that you spend in your day confused, not knowing what to do next, thinking about things you shouldn't think about, what clothes do I wear, what should I be doing right now, you would be shocked to see how inefficient that makes you. Even just spending 5 minutes thinking about something really silly, like what clothes to wear, is 5 minutes spent away from you thinking about what you should actually be doing in that moment, aka probably a high leverage thing such as your work. And then also these micro thoughts that you have a lingering effect as well. It's like a debuff that stays with you, creating this weird sense of brain fog. You don't have the mental clarity which you need to perform. The point of this is to literally have a table that we can point at any point during the day. Whenever we're confused or whenever we get lost in the sauce, maybe we open up Instagram on our phone like dickheads, and you catch yourself in that moment. You don't have to think now, fuck, what do I do? Shit. Because as soon as you have that thought, it's very easy to once again delve into the bullshit. The point is, you have a table, you point at it, oh, it's fucking 10:45. I should actually be meditating for 15 minutes right now. And this is where we stick our daily non-negotiables all in this timetable, along with blocks of time for when we can do our weekly non-negotiables, which is usually deep work blocks and shallow work blocks. If you don't know what deep work is, once again, go watch this video or order one up there. I can't tell where it will be on my screen. And once again, getting this daily schedule right is going to require some experimentation. For me, I tried waking up at 4 a.m. and I didn't like it. I felt groggy. It felt quite weird to come outside to sit here and read for 30 minutes. And it was still dark. I didn't like that. It made me feel very weird. Waking up at 5 a.m. for me works a lot better. I'm awake with the rising sun. I feel much better about that. I feel like I should be awake. I don't feel groggy. And I perform better. Some of my friends, they wake up at 4 and they feel awesome. Good for them. Once again, you need to experiment with this stuff. Importantly, when you are experimenting with your daily routine, you need to, one, before changing anything, give it a good shot, okay? So write out what your perfect day would actually look like, or at least what you think it might look like, and then give it a good go. But then importantly, number 2, if it's really not working for you and you have given it a good go, be willing to pivot, be willing to change things, tweak things. You might have been giving yourself an hour and a half for your gym session, but when in reality, you actually spent a bit more time than you would like in the gym socializing, and that's totally fine. Maybe you want to be a bit more social in the gym. Give yourself another half an hour. Just an example. Let me put it this way, guys. If you achieve just 60% of your perfect day, I guarantee you that's far better than what you're operating at without any routine. I guarantee it. And that should really fucking excite you, by the way. 60%, okay? The barrier is actually so low. You put together this schedule because you've listened to this video and you've got your notepad out and you've actually taken the advice. All you have to do is abide by this by like 60% and you're already majorly more efficient at what you do than you are right now. 60%. And then you can continue to optimize from that point because the level of efficiency you're working at becomes your new baseline, and you can continue to optimize as you go, and you can get more and more done in your day. And soon enough, you'll be the hyper productive fucking Chad doing absolute bits, making it all look effortless. You see these guys on Instagram, they're doing everything effortlessly. This is how they get fucking organized. They get clear on shit. They don't allow themselves to create variables in their brain. No, it's 1:30. I should be doing shallow work. I'm gonna do that right now. Simple, no bullshit. And you start at 60%. You continue to just get more and more better at it, more aligned with your schedule as time goes on. And soon enough, you're living to 90% of your perfect day and 90% of your perfect week. You are going to be a machine at that point. 9 months ago, doing daily uploads to YouTube felt almost impossible for me. And now that I got organized like this, it is completely effortless to me now. No problem. If you think about it right now, how many guys do you know who upload to YouTube every single day like I do with the level of effort I put into it? Usually guys who do daily uploads, it's like half-assed advice, it's half put together. I'm able to do this because I'm fucking organized. And on top of this as well, I'm doing even more behind the scenes, which you guys don't even know about. You can achieve that as well. No bullshit. That is exactly how you do it, guys. And it will take a bit of patience. It'll take a little bit of optimization, but if you stick to it, you'll be a hyper-productive Chad like me in no time. Boys, join my Discord and show me what your schedules end up looking like. I'm very interested. And in my Discord, you'll find over 2,000 young men, all really into their self-improvement, just like you are. You might be able to make some friends. People usually make you pay to join communities like this. I run it for free, and I'm active in there every single day because I'm a fucking productivity machine. Boys, I hope that was helpful. If you want to learn how to make money online from the comfort of your bedroom or traveling the world with your laptop, I teach over 500 young men how to do exactly that through video editing. And as you can see on the screen, we're getting excellent results inside of my Academy of Excellence. You could be next. Take care, boys.